Yes, he did. Textbook way to land. Yeah.
I mean, it sort of reminds you of old Sully Sullenberger and how he did the same thing on water. When you're coming in on a situation like this, obviously there's a lot of things going through your mind as a pilot and what you're going to do. You've got issues of speed and where to go down, and if you've got emergency crews there ready to go. I mean, kind of put us into the mindset of the pilot when you face a situation like this, when you can't get that landing gear down.
Well, fortunately for not being able to get the landing gear down, pilots are trained for this. Sully Sullenberger landing on the water, we were just lucky that he had military training. But here you're trained to do this. The pilot did dump fuel, came down as slow as possible. I mean, just if he had the gear down, you would say this is the most beautiful landing. It would have been a silent landing, but that's what you have to do. They're trained to do this. It's typical not to have if you have a landing gear problem, for the nose gear not to come down, but for a full failure gear, obviously a mechanical problem. But textbook landing, just as this pilot was probably trained.
And how, you know, when you're put into this position, all right, you get, how much time do you actually have? I mean, there's the issue, I'm sure, about fuel. I mean, how many times do you try, and I guess what's the troubleshooting you go through when the emergency gear, or when the you know, the gear isn't coming down? Kind of tell me the checklist to why or when you reach this point.
Sure, and this is one of the emergencies in an airline problem or airline flight where you actually do have time. There are troubleshooting measures you can try. You can try to redeploy the landing gear. You have time to try it again and again. You also there's a procedure where you can make a pass overhead or ask other aircraft in the vicinity to see if they can see anything. You can pass over the landing field and have a look. Then on certain aircraft, but not all, on certain aircraft you can dump fuel. Others you just have to burn it off. You have to just keep circling and circling to burn the fuel to make it as light as possible. And then you come down, but you alert the authorities, so you have emergency crews standing by to put out any fires. And I've been a passenger on one of these landing gear flights, and it's a scary thing, but most of the time it's a good result.